Good morning, and a warm welcome to conneXion, our LS Retail and Hospitality Conference in Dubai. And there is no other place I would rather be than right here today. I am Magnus Norddahl, representing the great crew of LS Retail. We wake up every morning excited about our mission, helping you run a great business, making your customers happy. Last year, we met in our home base in the cold north. This year, we meet in the warm east. We are a global company, and as our business centers on the customer, we chose Dubai, the capital of service, for our first out-of-Europe conference. Retail and hospitality is at the core of the Dubai economy, so we hope to be inspired, nourished, and challenged by the change of viewpoint. conneXion Iceland last year was very successful. It marked the first time that we asked you, our customers, to join us, which in turn brought us into a very valuable dialogue. There I shared with you the nature of our company, how we have been resiliently sailing the retail oceans for years, not only with the vision and the passion, but also by building the right vessel, agile and responsive, run by a great crew. And how we make enormous effort to read the wind and plan ahead and invest in development, making sure that you're always ahead of the game with the latest product releases ever. We are not a big company, but we are part of a big family. A family of partners who make a network to serve you, our family of customers, all over the globe. Our solutions are state-of-the-art and in constant development. Last year, I was proud to tell you that we put 2/3 of our revenue into development. And since we are growing fast, that investment is increasing significantly every year, making sure that you are always ahead of the game. And here you see our numbers. Our global revenue last year grew by 70%. Thank you. And as for our commitment to being a global company by positioning local people into local markets, here's how we've grown in our territories in the last year. The Americas, 35%. Europe, 70%. Middle East, Africa and India, 150%. And last but not least, Asia Pacific, 100%. And last but not least, LS Retail has now become the largest independent software vendor on the Microsoft Dynamics platform. And the exciting news is that we are co-developing with Microsoft a cloud-based solution aimed towards bringing you software as a service that will open up a whole new world of possibilities. With all these great accomplishments, should we lean back now and relax? No. Of course, we're looking out for the next big challenge. What we came away with from our dialogue at conneXion Iceland last year was invaluable insight about what that challenge is going to be. A challenge that's going to change our blueprint. Today, there is high investment upfront in technology and infrastructure, which is difficult. Challenging implementations, which is complicated. And long delivery time, meaning slow return on investment. Now that would all be okay in a world where consumer behavior is changing slowly, as we have known in the past. But that world is gone. Tomorrow, we only know one thing for certain: consumer behavior will be changing fast. We need a whole new way of thinking. We cannot afford to have things difficult, complicated, and slow unless we want to be left behind, and not only left behind, but out of business. So this is where we have been, and this is where we need to go. Tomorrow, subscription with very little low upfront investment. Simple implementations that take hours or days. Standard solutions that need little customization. And cloud deployment, allowing you to grow at will. Bundle and package all this together into software as a service. We have got a strong wind in our sails today, but we need to start planning for the future in order for that to be true 5 years from now. Because otherwise, things may continue to grow for a while, but we will, within 5 to 10 years from now, we'll probably reach a plateau and then slowly descend into the sunset. But we at LS Retail, we are not headed for the sunset, but new shores, new discovery. Survival is in our DNA, and we're already looking years ahead, as we've done for over 2 decades. Because that mindset is at the core of our company's success, and our crew is fearless and undiscouraged by this new challenge. It takes years to develop and transform our solutions and businesses, so we got to start planning and preparing now. So, how do we get from one shore to the other? We need to build a bridge, as it will be vital for us to cross over. The name of the bridge is easier, simpler, faster. 3 words when put into action in every aspect of our business, in our thinking, solutions, and methods, will get us across, no matter where we stand with technology and market conditions. So, with this mantra in mind, I have met with everyone. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone. Because it's not just one thing that needs to be made easier, simpler, faster, but everything. In this process, I have challenged all we have done and asked down the line, can we make this easier, simpler, faster? And meeting you here now at conneXion Dubai is a part of that process. Forget the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Things do not need to be broken in order for them to be improved. Now, what do I mean by easier? For example, with solutions that are easier to use, your staff can more readily take advantage of their feature, which in turn will make them more productive and able to provide better customer service. What do I mean by simpler? For example, by simpler implementations, you will have minimal interruptions into your daily operations. This we can do by adopting more standard solutions, avoiding the maze that customization can turn into. This means your investment risk will be minimized. And what do I mean by faster? For example, by faster innovations and seamless upgrades, you will always be put at the leading edge of the latest technology, making you more competitive in this fast-changing environment and more attractive to the consumer. Since we last met, we at LS Retail have invested time and effort in planning ahead for you. And we will lead the way by making the blueprints of the model bridge, develop the tools for construction, and channel a large part of our resources into this vital project. And the easier, simpler, faster will be the key factors. Of course, it's not just add water solution, but it's the only solution. We will, for sure, encounter some obstacles in making this transition. And I predict those obstacles will mainly be three. The first, lack of foresight. A bridge is not built by snapping your fingers when the time comes to cross. The second, lack of funding, as it will demand investments from all of us. The third, lack of courage, a psychological obstacle, a resistance to change guided by our inherent fear of the unknown. How do we get these obstacles out of the way? And when I say we, I mean we at LS Retail, you, our partners, and you, our customers. Foresight. Let's start planning our transition now. Let's not meet it head-on, as that may prove fatal. But instead, let's start taking small steps every day, leading us there. Taking advantage of the easier, simpler, faster the whole time. Funding. A clear vision will get us funding. By seeing how our business becomes more valuable, agile, and dynamic, it will be easier to justify the funding. It is not about throwing out one solution and jump into a brand new one, but wisely capitalizing on your existing investment, transforming it as you ease into the newest technology. And that way, we will be able to create a momentum, get everyone to move in sync as a part of a winning team. I have already put this to the test with my LS Retail crew and had some great results. We have a lot of complicated tasks and problems that we most naturally create complicated solutions for. But I am challenging every department to make simple solutions to complicated tasks and problems. One example is the LS NAV team, responsible for our very comprehensive solution, which up until now has taken months to implement. I said, let's think in minutes, hours, and days, instead of weeks, months, and years. Absurd? Maybe. But Einstein said, if at first the idea is not absurd, then there is no hope for it. A favorite quote of mine I keep up on my wall at home. I am proud of the great LS Retail crew. We will be leading you forward, breaking the wind in this very competitive environment, and create the building blocks for the bridge from one shore to the other. The reason why we are here is because of you, dear customer. Our whole existence revolves around your needs. We help you get your job done with the outcome you desire, making your business run successfully. And that is why we are here, so that we at LS Retail, who create the solutions, you, our partners who provide them, and you, our customers who use them, can meet all at once and plan an easier, simpler, faster future. Thank you.